Dolos, we have always looked to the stars, taking a fascination in the hope that can be found in the heavens for humankind.
The aftermath of the moon explosion caused during their engine loss.
Decisive action from scientists and politicians across the world.
We are always focused on adaptation, progression, and preserving the future of humanity, no matter the challenge that faces us.
Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to IXION. Man, I am very interested to see what happens in this episode, because if I know anything is that this storm again is probably going to try and come through here. We have to find out what's up with the Perenesi. It is currently unpowered. We don't know how long. I mean, this could have happened a tiny little bit ago in terms of the cycles that we have been on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. Well, we do have a couple of things we have to worry about right off the bat. The first one is I no longer have a, what is it called? A training center. There we go. So we need to build a training center, which will work. That'll go right there, which will be fantastic. We're also getting a decent bit of science in, which is also great, because we still have quite a few things that we need to do to kind of keep things up to par. For one thing, we may do structural reconfiguration to get more resources. We actually have the ability, the alternative life center is actually in all of our sectors, if I remember correctly. So we could do this and get an additional stability. We could increase our battery capacity. Heck, you know what? We may even just go ahead. I'm going to do this. The Tycoon moves 30% faster. That's going to be helpful because it will allow us to move faster in space, so we could get through a storm or we could get to another place, and that's only going to be beneficial to save battery power. So that's one thing we'll work on today. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you do enjoy it. We have several planetary readings from 12H that we need to worry about, and then we also can go over to PSR B1257 12A and see what happens there. I'm going to go ahead and launch a probe on top of it. Should we go, you know what, we have that research stuff done, so that's, or in terms of using our science ships, I'm not so concerned about that. We have a ton of silicon cone, but we have more than what we need there in our ship already. Trying to find the sweet spot for this iron. There we go. So they're going to go do that. We are going to tell them to collect all the iron as possible for now. I really think we need to, you know what, let's go ahead and add additional solar panels. I think that will be crucial. We have the capabilities to do so. Let's go ahead and get that running. Oh, but before, we need to do drone jammers. Oh no! We need to do that first. We'll cancel that. That'll be a piece of cake. I totally forgot to check that. We'll be okay. I am going to let them take control of that part. Again, guys, remember, we have happiness like out the wazoo. I hope it remains, and I hope we're able to maintain. Oh, we're just so stacked up here. Another thing we got to think about is starting to dissolve these optimized quarters so that we can build our demotic quarters. We have plenty of electronics now. Let's go ahead and head out to space. We're gonna hit that start button. We're gonna send, there we go, cool. I'm gonna let them collect this science first. We really need the science desperately to counter what we're doing here. And again, I'm gonna do my absolute best to stay in speeds 1 or 2, so we may not progress as quickly as we normally do with the game, which is okay. I don't mind that. I have to try and force myself to adhere to that though, because I do tend to like to go very, very fast. We are struggling over in Sector 6, but again, we are getting that resolved. It's just a manner of just saying, hey, I see you, I hear you. We just got to get food sent across the board, which is currently being done there. Nice, a probe has completed its scan. We're gonna, oh wow, that's a good chunk. Yeah, that's a pretty darn good chunk. Cool. All right, we got that done. Let's looky here. We've landed on 12H, a planet with intense geological activity. Fissures expel gas into the atmosphere, and canyons run deep across the planet's surface. We've located a stable area where we should be able to study 12H's phenomena. We are going to do the infrastructure support advanced analysis. We have the capability to do that. Also, apologies, my throat's very squeaky today. So we'll be able to rock on that. And already I went to a tier 2. So we're sending our science ship to also start collecting data there. And we will start doing lots of things and solving our housing issue as quickly as possible for the sake of everyone here. Now you'll notice 64 crew members. The Demotic houses 112. So if we switch everyone out, we should actually be able to almost completely solve the housing issue in Sector 1. And then we can start porting that idea over into Sector 6 as well. We already have our Demotic quarter there, and it is very, very full. We could go ahead and start dismantling that one. I don't think it'll be too bad of an idea. All right, Demotic quarter 1 going in there. We've got plenty of ice, and they're starting to work that stuff too. Can we do anything with our crop farms? They produce 30% more waste. We're actually okay on waste. But what we may need to do, using a moderate amount of water to produce a large amount of food, we could instead do a water treatment center, which I think would be very crucial to do. I'm trying to think ahead as best as possible to figure out what we need to get done. Shaping worker, let's see, hull takes 20 less damage. Well, its moving's reduced by 20%. Let's go ahead and go EKP optimization there. Mining ships 20% faster. We could definitely do stuff there as well. There's lots of things we can do. But for now, there we go. We have another thing. We could go ahead and launch and find wherever this science thing is having us look to. Right there. Cool. And all of the science has been sucked up, which is fine. That's not a problem.
An accident has occurred.
We're all good there. We do have an accident. That's all right as well. All right. And we are constructing that slowly but surely. It's just taking a long time. The other thing we need to figure out today is how to get that waste to move somewhere else. We need it to move somewhere else so that we can then get that throughput right there. That's killing us inside. It's killing me inside anyways. We got that rolling. That's fine. Sector 5 is... actually, we've got a fire going. Whoopsie daisy. And then we can go ahead and start training colonists. We need 150. Oh, and we can totally do...
Power supply overloaded.
Yep, I get it. Alright, so we have the drone jammer, which is good. The large solar panel may not be feasible at the moment.
A new request awaits your attention.
That's because that's on fire, that's right. Well, they should be able to take it out, which is fine. Sector 2 has a thing for us. There are more than 99 crew members awaiting treatment aboard the Tycoon. We need to construct a health center within 30 cycles. So that is this. So let's hope that we can make it. Now, the health cycle, or the health center, connected by train stations, accommodate injured crew from other sectors. So that's other sectors in total, not just other sectors connected adjacent to. So that's an important distinction to make. We are running low on food. It is being consumed quite largely, and we do have a fire here. Son of a biscuit. We have the room, but if we built it there, we pretty much cannot build anything else. Man alive, it's the room thing that I think is going to end up killing us. What is it? It's just a quarter? Yeah, we'll be okay. As awful as that sounds. We'll be alright. We will, I promise. Am I starting to build food? I built 2 of those mushroom guys, which will work for now. We could go ahead and make an insect farm, 0.9 cycles. 1 food after 0.9 cycles, 9 food after 3 cycles. Let's go ahead and build another one of those. So we can get that rolling. That way we're making a decent amount of food in total. That's getting repaired, so we'll be able to be up and running as soon as we can. There we are. Perfect. And then we're mining this quite literally as fast as we can. What else we got? We got another probe that can go search for things. We aren't running low on water, so I'm not concerned about that. What do I hear? Detected abnormal meteorological activity, calling into question our theoretical models. We're experiencing a lot of theoretical physics here in this place. That's what I'm starting to notice. Let's train 15 colonists. And we are still working on that as well. Great, that's awesome. I think we may almost be out of cryopods once this pops up. First readings in 12D indicate the planets experience intense geothermal activity and high temperatures. Molten basaltic rock. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We're bringing that in as much as possible. Food, we are running out. Indeed we are. So we got to consider that. What are other... There's not a lot here overall. And that is slightly concerning. Because I want to know why there's not a lot going on. Can I find a place for all 3 of these to exist together? I can. Is there something a bit closer though? Okay, now that won't be considered a huge priority. I want to get that iron done. And then we do have people that will go ahead and pick up the other stuff. Well, I mean, while we're at it, these guys have the capacity to pick up iron, so they might as well. All right. We've descended into the upper atmosphere of 12G. Updrafts and downdrafts of ionized hydrogen form purple shaded tornadoes and immense green cumulonimbus clouds. A group of tornadoes surround and encircle a massive cyclone large enough in size to be observable from space. We could launch an autonomous analysis drone. Simple design, the drone sophisticated enough to collect the data to provide an understanding. Let's do an autonomous analysis drone. There you go. You guys are assigned to that. Thank you very much. We got 1 cycle left to go there. And we're launching all sorts of things. That is a large silicone discovery. Very happy to see that. And if we go... We don't quite have the technology yet. There it is. Okay, so what we have... Sector 5 is active and Sector 6 is active, which also means Section 1 is active. So all of these guys will be able to utilize the health center. And I don't think we have it for Sector 2. Sector 2 needs to build it, but I'm not going to have them build it just yet. Sector... Oh, a health center takes 9. Oh my word. Not to mention it's quite massive. I'm going to build right there. We are going to make this a high priority.
A science ship team has completed a task.
And we'll see how it goes. I have to build it rather quickly though. Wow, lots of stuff just happened in Sector 5. Dang it. Okay, well hopefully it works out fine. Alright. We completed our theoretical model of 12H. During our studies, Nana Lurzov showed signs of mental distress. Concerned that the gas expulsions were the cause, we carried out a standard suit integrity test. No breaches were found. Later, while we were submitting our results, Nana Lurzov was seen leaving the research site. Oh no. This is one thing that we see happening a lot. There's starting to be some really weird things. She's left the research site. The rest of the team will be dispatched to find, retrieve, and treat them accordingly. We are going to do this. Odds are we're going to lose this ship, and we're going to lose these people, but maybe it'll be fine. Maybe we'll be able to see something else in the meantime, but yeah, it's not looking too good. My experience has told me that that's not going to end well. Let's go. We should have a nice... Ooh, that's a... Can we get all 3 of these in there? Oh, we can. That's a really good place for us to be. I don't think we have the smart... It wouldn't be a smart idea to utilize our electronics at the moment. 0.33 a cycle. That's just so stinking long. We're making 40 a cycle there. And to note, our hull integrity is doing okay with what we have currently. So I'm not ultra concerned.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
Okay, so we got that done. Oh, we need to not use... Okay, so we got to stop using up our demotic quarters. Or using our demotic quarters. That's not going to end well for anyone. The real question is... Can I squeeze insect farms anywhere? Can, but that's just not worth it. We've got that going on, which we could eventually open that up for something. We desperately need some food. We are currently expelling our... We just need more things that consume garbage as well. Because yeah, we're maxed out on garbage over here. Let's do this. Let's turn this into iron, this into garbage. And then that way, we have a ton of garbage there. And everyone can start expelling their waste. Yeah, because we are... Oh, well, do we need garbage? I think I did that. Yeah, we need garbage for here, for the waste treatment center. Let's start making that. And let's start doing this so it starts really...
A science ship team has completed a task.
Really working itself. Because, yeah, we need garbage for that stuff, too. Cool. That works for me. That solved that problem. What did we do? Reports from the gear team have become inconsistent, indicating psychological instability. According to the most recent transmission, the team is following the tracks of Nana Lurzov towards the house. We aren't going to do the house just yet. I'm going to let them soak up some research because we kind of desperately need some research. Does this still need... Okay, that's all to collect. Yeah, they're going to go after that. I'm fine with that. We don't need silicone right now. So that's why I have it as a secondary issue. But we can also get some water. Water might not necessarily be the best thing to go for, but I'll let them do it. For the time being. Yeah, no. We're going to have them as their primary function do those. And then that's a secondary, which is okay with me. They'll go grab this stuff and be done with it. The question is, what do we want to research now? We do have, we don't necessarily have stability issues, but what we do have, one stability while it's below 0. Production speed is increased by 15%. We kind of, you know what, let's go, I kind of want to focus on that stuff. There's so many things to do. What do we need for our electronics center? 25 silicone, 20 silicone, 10 fewer workers, 20 fewer workers. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. We could research a drone bay, but we can't really build that yet. A water treatment center would be fantastic for the waste thing. Because we do have so much waste now that it would be it would be pretty useful. More, reduce that by 1 cycle. There's, I'm gonna come back and let you guys know what we need to do to figure all this out. So we're ending up going with the algae farm. And what my thought was is that in section 1, we can start flipping some stuff around. So that way we can build our algae farm. We may reduce this crop farm. We do have lots of food and it keeps going back and forth. But I feel like the best way we can service our people is to work on that as best as we can to make things work for everything good. So we're going to work on the algae farm. We have another probe. There is another sciencey thing out here somewhere. Right there. I haven't noticed this moving, so I think we'll be okay. But one thing that I did want to do, we did get the drone thing figured out, am I right? Disrupts drone targeting systems by flooding BMS frequency with false data, which is basically what they did to the Intimanaki. And so that works for us. All right, they did that. We are going to enter the house. Don't know what that means, but we'll find out in 3 cycles. We're almost done with this event.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The drone fabrication pattern Kudaman took off from the cargo bay of the Scout and descended into lower atmosphere. The collected data allowed the crew to update theoretical models. The teams concluded that pulsar activity of the system has had a significant impact on the atmospheric conditions. Interesting. The phenomena observed are unexplainable without external factors. Cool. Oh, well, while departing, the crew spotted something unusual, different from the observed meteorological phenomena. A translucent tubular formation pierces the cloud cover and rises hot into the atmosphere. Are we about to discover an alien creature? Oh, if we are, man, that's going to be super exciting. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Wait, what is this, though? Oh, that's just showing the connected parts. Okay, no, I'm fine with that. Yeah, Sector 6 is going to have some issues here. They're optimal. I could send 40 people. That would really, really help. So we are going to go send 40 workers from Sector 6 to Sector 5. Sector 1 is optimal by 60 people. So I'm going to send 60 people from Sector 1 to Sector 5. Sector 2 is optimal with just 10 extra people. So I'm okay with leaving them there. For our problems.
Team has completed a task.
All right. The first received images from the Scout indeed reveal the presence of a huge and translucent tubular formation. Upon approach, it appears to possess luminescent properties. Around the formation, the meteorological activity is almost calm, and glimpses of the planet's telluric core can be seen. The captured imagery disproves the hypothesis of crew hallucination, and the team wishes to continue with further analytics. We are going to, once we collect all the science from it. That's going to be the important part of this thing. And then I'm wondering if all of our guys have everyone in them. They do. Okay, I was just double checking. All right, so we have some problems here.
Population transfer complete.
We're negative. Homelessness being over 25% and the population starving. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but that's all right. What is this up? 40 crew workers have been moved, so hopefully that will help everything else. We're clearing our notifications. We should... Okay, 60 crew from Sector 1 to Sector 5. There we go. We're optimal now, which is just fantastic. And they're still negative because of homelessness in the area. That's okay. We'll get it figured out. What did we do here? Oh, nope, we already did that. 12J. Unusual electromagnetic activity on the surface. Okay. That is all right. We need to go after the Perenesi pretty quick, I feel. I feel like there's going to be something tied to the Perenesi that we kind of need to be somewhat time sensitive about. I am just a little bit concerned on... Well, I'm concerned on this. We only have 3 of 9. I kind of need everyone to just send their electronics over to here.
A science ship team has completed a task.
I really do. Okay, and then the algae farm. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's going to take 3 electronics, and it also produces waste. Waste isn't a problem, but everything else kind of is. Guys, once again, it's becoming harder and harder to figure out what I want to do here, so I'm going to come back to you once I figure out what we're going to do. Alright, I've decided mechs constructing buildings 25% faster might be the best option. We could do risk foresight afterwards, and then repairing 25% faster would be the next thing to approach. Kind of forcing on that. Structural reconfiguration might be one of the better things too. And now we have 2 things. That's what I figured would happen. Comms contact has been lost. For a short time, we were still receiving mission reports. The house is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, has no interior light source, and contains a series of mazes. The last report speaks of thumping sounds being heard. Shortly after this was received, the crew's suit signals were turned off one after the other. So we lost all of them. Abandon the gear and declare its crew lost. Just as the gear had been declared as lost, Nana Lurzov contacted the Tycoon. They have returned and are in possession of a strange, translucent, and gelatinous sample. After rapid analysis, it's composed of unknown particles held together by Frost's tachyons, or tachyons, however you want to say it. Nana Lurzov appears to be extremely disoriented and requires medical assistance and psychological support. They are returning to the Tycoon aboard the gear. Alright, oof, that's weird. Hopefully it doesn't lead to anything crazy. Now that they've done that, we can authorize external analysis of the tubing. Let's go ahead and get her back to the Tycoon because she won't be able to do anything else. It doesn't appear that it's going to. We may have to research the tech surrounding that. Why are we sending ships here? Oh, that is the Tycoon. Derp to derp. Okay. I was like, what's going on? Okay, scout ship. Okay, the gear can now come back to here and collect that science. Or science. Very intriguing. We're getting more and more of these weird things happening. So it'll be great to see if we get any resolution to any of those anytime soon. I am very concerned that we're actually not going to be able to get this built in time. We are devoting everything towards electronic production, but I don't think it's going to work. And we are not having a lot of success finding a lot of resources that might help us. Now, admittedly, we're full on carbon and all that stuff. Hydrogens could certainly be used, and we may have to go look for it. But there's a ton of planets in this system. Hotspots detected across the surface. Has a temperature of 112,000. Okay, that's interesting. We've also, I would assume, or 112 Kelvin? Is that what it is? We've also locked into an extremely deteriorated distress signal. Encoded ID identifies the sender as a Yumi Otomo, who disappeared into the sphere on Kruk P43. That's what I was hoping to see. I was hoping we'd be able to finally see some things that might give us some resolutions on that specifically. So cool. High quality lubricants has been done. What we need to do now is maybe focus on the workshop still. Mechs repair buildings 25% faster would be a great one to have, because it would just allow for us to do a lot more. It looks like Sector 6's food issues have been resolved.
A science ship team has completed a task.
All right, the event 12B, there might be giants. We still have a problem here. We can't do anything that sucks up electronics. We just cannot do that. 12G though, the data collected is quite contradictory. The majority of measurements match those taken in the areas of 12G's atmosphere. However, readings from the beacons seem to fluctuate. Isolating these anomalies while excluding the background data suggests that the tubing generates a weak electromagnetic field, beta radiation, and Frost's tachyons. The Scouts team have established several theories and is recommending a more invasive follow-up study. Mission safety protocols advise that the team, who are exhibiting a concerning form of fascination, should be repatriated. No, we're definitely going to leave the planet. I don't want to lose another set of scientists at this point. So we're just going to leave the planet. The tubing would be cool to figure out, but I'm not interested. We have so many other places to go and things to explore. What I think we're going to have to do now, we don't have a missile countermeasure, which does concern me. We're going to go after the Perenesi and see what happens there. So guys, I'll see you in just a tiny little bit. We'll see what happens. We've entered the Perenesi. There is neither light source nor gravity within the ship. Many modifications have been made to its structure. The walls are of an unknown shiny black metal that distorts the vision. The corridors we pass through are sometimes similar in design to those of Dolos or the UN. In some places, however, passageways are almost organic in shape. We did discover a large memorial. The statue at its center is obscured by many cables, pipes, and conduits that lead away from it to the ship. We could make out the words "property of the BMS" at its base. If a team was not so anxious, we would have stopped to carry out further observation, excuse me. All right, so now we are going to locate the Remus coordinates. We'll travel deeper into the Perenesi to find the devices that hold the Vol coordinates of Remus. We also have another thing to launch, so we are going to go... You know what, we probably should get some ice into this joint. Yeah, we'll definitely get some ice. They've already got some that they can mine, which is perfect. And we are actually going to make them gather that stuff primarily. Awesome. All right, we are also heading to 12D. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, elsewhere, I don't think we're going to be able to hit this in time. We might be able to, if we could... That might get done in the next few cycles to where it would be worthwhile. We also have to remember that I can and am still making 1 every 3 cycles here. So that is very crucial to remember. And we are about to finally only have 5 people in that cycle thing, which will be really, really cool. I just want to be able to make this in time. There we go. Do we just not have... We don't. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to force people to give to Sector 5 so we can get that built in time. We have 11.4 cycles. Okay, a science ship has arrived at 12D. We're going to take a look real quick. We've located a promontory where we could land the Scout. Conditions on the planet are extremely dangerous. Soaring temperatures, unusual gravity. We recommend only a quick surface analysis opposed to any further exploration. Oof, okay. Yeah, I can't afford either of those, so we are going to end up performing a surface analysis and just rolling with it. It is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. And here in just a couple partial cycle, we'll be able to see what's up with the Perenesi. We have found them. The devices holding the Remus coordinates are behind a heavy reinforced door. We've tried several different approaches to open it, but haven't even succeeded in scratching it. Connecting the Tycoon and the Eden to the Perenesi would allow us to power and reactivate the door's controls subsystems. The connection is also necessary for the extraction and transfer of the Remus coordinates from the devices to the Tycoon. Administrator, one more thing. Shortly before we found the devices, we passed an effigy of Giovanni Battista, former member of the Marduk Council. This is not surprising. Battista has... remember, if you don't, you'll remember that at the beginning of this game, Giovanni Battista was basically like, hey, Just so you know, not everyone thinks the same on the Marduk Council. He himself is basically said that we have not established internet or laws in space, which means it's kind of a Wild West. He was the one who kind of pushed that while he was munching on his chips. So it's not surprising to know that he led the Black Market Society and that all of this is kind of a result of what he has done. We'll see what happens. The Tycoon needs to be in orbit. That's all right. We can do that. The Scout, we can't actually move them, can we? So we do need to move the Perenesi, or move the Tycoon over to the Perenesi. I don't think that would be so much of a problem, and it actually makes all of this much simpler. How long will it take? Only 2 cycles. Let's go ahead and move it over there. And we'll be right as rain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a handful of things. For one, we have finished what we were doing over here, the surface level. We have completed surface analysis. Observing the geothermal activity and its impact has allowed us to refine a number of planetary ecosystem models. That's fine, we'll go there. We have also completed our health center, which should really help with the capacity there. We're also working on so much sciencey things, including things that are helping us build things a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. What we could also do here, I don't think we have any specializations for Sector 5. Now we do have extra workers that we need to work on, and we do need to house those people for sure. But I'm almost wondering if we couldn't get another electronics factory going on. It'll fit perfectly right here. How much does it take? Only 110. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna make that call right here and now. And we can, do we really need a medium stockpile? I don't think we do. That will allow us to build something else right here that could be useful. And in fact, yeah, let's go ahead and build it here. I don't know what else we would need. Let's go ahead and do silicone there. Now that does take a large amount. So what we need to do, we're running a little bit low there, which means we're gonna have to work on energy somewhere else because I can't actually get hydrogen there. Is there another place since we're closer over to here with hydrogen? There is. Flippin' flappin' brilliant. And there's actually a rather large thing. Awesome, so that's gonna allow us to be closer to here, which is great. I do need to tell them to focus on, let's focus on water for now. We're gonna switch priorities. We don't need carbon and we don't need silicone. So I'm gonna tell them not to worry about that so much. But we should be good elsewhere to work on all of that. We just need to make sure that we don't run out. But also, we have connected ourselves to the Perenesi. Well, we haven't connected yet. So we could do the Naomi protocols, extract coordinates. Once the Tycoon is connected, we'll be able to power and short circuit the subsystems of the reinforced door. Coordinate transfer from the devices can then be initiated. All right. I have a feeling something bad's going to happen, but we'll just have to see. I also need to train colonists. It's not something that I've been doing super successfully. We're going to go ahead and train them automatically so I don't forget. And we can only just hope that by the end of this that we'll be able to utilize and get a lot of colonists and locate a viable planet on top of it. And Sector 5 also is now specializing in recycling rank 1. Very cool. We'll come back when there's news. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of slowly be expanding and doing all of those things. Also, I just wanted to take a second. I haven't looked at the Perenesi since we first got here. That is a massive ship. It's not as big as the Intaminanki, but you can tell it is very much built as a warship. And it looks just absolutely fantastic and can right next to that pulsar as well. Holy cow, it looks so good. I really like that. I'm gonna take a screenshot. We're gonna move around, we're gonna take another screenshot just to show it off. Oh yeah, that's great. Very cool. All right, that's all I have to say. We've completed our task of connecting the Tycoon. Administrator, the Perenesi is reactivating. We had to manually break the connection with the Tycoon, interrupting the coordinate transfer. The daggum walls started to move. Thanks to our exoskeletons, we're making for the gear as fast as we can. What is happening? It's an organic ship. It has to be. What in the world is going on? Are those drones? Those are drones. They killed all the humans and they're coming to attack us. Luckily, we have that drone swarm.
Administrator, the Perenesi has deployed a drone swarm around itself. We should move the Tycoon immediately.
Oh my word. The crew of the gear are rushing back to the ship. They'll make it. The crew of the gear will receive a galvanizing missive to boost their morale. They'll never reach the gear, but they could still prove useful before they're passing. Oh, what should we do? A galvanizing missive to boost their morale. They could still prove useful before they're passing. We're gonna stand and fight. Oh, what is this?
I see you. Pitiful Dolos leftovers. Ridiculous flesh bags. You are flies to me.
What?
I'll tear you apart. Eat you. Digest you. And soon, you, your crew, the Tycoon, and whatever's left of Dolos will be part of me.
Oh no.
I am a warrior. I am a reaper. You are nothing but erratic illusion, pointless heat dissipation, and abject failure. I have found your protection. It is but a matter of time before Naomi breaks into pieces, and I feast on your carcass. Opportunity knocks.
Oh my word. That's fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and make a theory here, and that the BMS eventually, basically what they did is they experimented with no laws in space being mattering whatsoever. That they went and made an organic ship, an organic PA, and that has eventually consumed all of the humans on the Perenesi, and they then turned into this biotic organic form that then attacked the UN and did all this stuff. Oh my word. Now is the time to run survive. What in the world? They're standing and fighting, so it's not anything that we can do, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't jump ship to somewhere else. Can we even do that? Survive. Do we run? We run. Move away from the Perenesi. Get away from those drone swarms. Goodness gracious. And pray for the best for those other guys. What in the heck, man? Hopefully moving away was the right move. I'm freaking out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my word, this is too cool.
A science ship team has completed.
What happened? The Perenesi has awakened. Previously dormant drones now roam the passageways of the ship. They destroyed the gear, the crew, cut off and terrified, improvised an explosive device as they waited to die. The explosive was detonated by the last surviving member deep within the bowels of the Perenesi. That's fine. Thank you. Man Ilkam, Ilya Iskovov, Nor Ripley, Kelly Walsh, Nana Lurzov. Thank you for your sacrifice. Oh my word. And we've destroyed the ship? What in the world is going on? Okay, we're sending that out. Will you be able to make it through? This is a crucial place. Okay. What if the Remus is in this system and he just hasn't figured it out? Interesting. Is it moving? It's not moving yet. But we may have pretty much saved ourselves. We don't have 150 colonists either. Let's... Oh my word, this is too cool. I'm loving this. What is this? Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that. Okay, we're training 15 colonists and that's happening automatically. If we power this, it is going to cause a massive failure. So what we need to do is increase the solar power generation. We could go up to here, but that means we'll be using up 8 a cycle, which may be just a little bit too much for us. I'm gonna go ahead and power that down because we can't handle it. I just feel like there's so much that has to get done now. I don't know what to do though. We need to make another science ship as well. Oh my word, I'm so excited right now, and I'm also so terrified. We're gonna build that. That's gonna be good for us. We're sending our ship to 12J. And
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, a new request. Administrator, there is fear. Data control algorithms have been overloaded. Diagnostic indicate external interference. Images of the Perenesi flood every screen. They haunt dreams and leave indelible marks. Do you have a plan to save us from this monster and recover the coordinates of Renus? Administrator, there is fear. Oh, okay. In Sector 1, we're angry. Why are we angry? Population is starving. Here we go. We're going to start enacting things. We are going to do... Man, the only thing we can do is supported. They're still very angry. Everyone else is happy though. Nope, you guys are neutral. 5% of the population is starving. This is exactly why I set those measures in the last thing, because we have to keep trust high. We have to figure out, what is this, homelessness. We have to figure out homelessness in the sector. Let's go ahead and just transport 200 people, only non-workers, from Sector 1 to Sector 2. We have to combat that. 25%, yep, that makes sense. If we do that, that'll be 200. We'll get in the negative, which is enough to push us into the positive. Overall, my word, I'm freaking out. Yeah, that's your only job, is to go and get that. This is your primary job. This is your primary job as well. Forget the water. We're going after the hydrogen to keep us alive and to keep all of that going. Our whole integrity is doing great.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, what do we got? The ship's PA became corrupted during our descent to 12J. We had to shut it down. As a result, we can only transmit partial information. Guided by the wind currents, we're able to locate a suitable landing area. Angular and extraordinary crystalline structures composed of sodium chloride rise from the planet's surface. Our time on 12J must be short. Its electromagnetic activity seems to be impacting the scout and its system. We are going to research the electromagnetic activity to see what that has in store for us. We have another drone, or another probe rather. Are there any other scientific discoveries that we need to focus on? So again, that is a quest crucial. These are more just points of interest in general. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit concerned and I am a little bit terrified. We can start on Sector 5, we can open that up.
Warning, a sector is being overworked.
That's fine, we can transfer 30 crew from Sector 6 to Sector 5. Start that migration. We have silicone, which we can now hold, we'll say we'll hold up to, 90 or something. That way they can transfer a lot of that and get that rolling so we can start having...
Population transfer complete.
Nice, okay. That's fine. Sector 6 is still struggling, but they're happy. Sector 1 is still just negative because there's starvation. Okay. We are currently not making a ton. But I think, I don't know, we gotta figure ourselves out. Okay, we don't have a ton of science left either. But we have been working on things like the solar panels, the science ship, making them faster. I don't know that there's anything else we could do to combat anything. Mushroom wall controlled symbiosis. Yeah, we'll do that to make more food. That's fine. And then we just need our second scout ship, which should have been made. Okay, it's right there. It's getting made. 30 workers have been moved. And we're now just at extra hours, which is great. What is this now? Makes 2 every 10 cycles. Which is fine. I'm just really curious as to why it does that now and not before. Okay. We're there at 12E. Eligible candidate for testing the implementation of our colonization protocols. Awesome. I still don't have enough. I just don't know how we're going to survive. I don't know what that means. Son of a biscuit. Okay, the Perenesi is moving. I have to move with it. Or away from it. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this. However, we do have 2 things. We're collecting a bit of science there. We're collecting 12F as well. I don't have a countermeasure. Oh no, we didn't oh no. There's a lot of stuff that is going wrong right now. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Really quick, the Tycoon hull. 20% less damage, needs shaping worker behavior from the EVA air dock. Repair is by 10%, okay. I don't know how much damage that's gonna do. That looks like a big missile too. Okay, 12F, oh my word, I'm sorry I'm yelling. I'm trying not to yell. We've landed on 12S. Its surface is covered in ice. The planet is bathed in a red mist around 100 meters in height. Numerous ice formations pierce the mist and extend skyward. The atmosphere radiates a blue light when illuminated by the system's pulsar. We have triangulated the location of the distress beacon and identified several sites that could prove suitable for data collection. We could perform intrusive analysis. We need to find a Yumi Otomo. Yes, no, we got to do that. She is actually pretty important to this whole thing. 12J, while carrying out spectrometric analysis, the team located a source of electromagnetic emissions coming from an angular tunnel. With a crystalline composition, the sides of the tunnel reflect like mirrors. The team reports detail. As they advance, dark shapes moved within the mirror like walls and removed the crew's reflective selves. These accounts could be dismissed as hallucinations. However, the visual capture confirms their reports, and only one crew member appears to still possess the reflection. Psychological monitoring of the scout teams register rising levels of panic. Oh no. Let's break the mirrors. That's probably not going to end well. Oh, that was cool. There was a shattering. This is getting bonkers. Oh my goodness gracious. There's still other scientific stuff to do. Okay, there's still something over here. There's one right next to it.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
It's okay. We'll be okay. Everyone's happy now. That's really good. We're making actually a lot of electronics, which is also good. And we're also training colonists, which is also good. There's a fire in Sector 1 that's going to impact our food. That is not good because I don't have the capabilities of even building something like that at the moment, much less being able to figure out how to combat it. What else do we need to do over here that might be worthwhile? Algae farm takes water. We can't transfer water, which I still think is a bit ridiculous. What are some factory things that we could do here? We could do a waste treatment center, which we're already gathering waste in this sector. Electronics. Steel, I don't think we need to worry about. Electronics is too big. A waste treatment center is just too big. Sector 2 could use some more people, so maybe that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and also build that right there. I think that will help. We're going to put that focus there. Sector 1, nothing that we can do. I really want to destroy... You know what? We need to destroy this. And then we'll use that to build our algae farm. A little bit of a premature thing going on here, but that's okay.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, we've completed the task here. The vital signs of the team were lost soon after they began to shatter the mirrored surfaces. Ernestina Huegonos remained for a time and was tracked, moving quickly towards the tunnel's entrance. On-board cameras of the scout recorded a headless body tumbling out of the tunnel. That's gross. Ernestina, a vital sign tracker, then began moving back down the tunnel, accelerating before ceasing to emit. Dolos trackers are implanted with the helmets of crew suits. It can be assumed that Ernesta was decapitated before being able to leave the tunnel. Declare the crew of the scout lost. We're losing a lot of people, and this is sort of like a really cool thing to be like, hey, space is not easy. It's not simple. But what do we got going on here? We're not going to be able to get it in time. Hull takes 20% less damage from impacts. It's just going to meet us there very, very quickly. Very, very, very quickly, actually. Son of a biscuit. This is going to hurt. I wonder if we'll be able to see it or if they'll do a cutscene. I don't know which direction it's coming from. Oh no. That's a big missile. That's a big missile. That's a big missile.
Team has completed a task.
Okay, well before we do that, arriving at the distress signal coordinates, we discovered a huge deteriorated metallic device half buried beneath the ice. Although of gigantic proportions, it's very similar in construction to the emergency beacons of our suits. While surveying the surrounding area, we found a badly decomposed giant humanoid corpse. Okay. Only a few scraps of organic tissue remain on the giant's bones, as well as material fragments of a Dolo suit. Organic sampling and DNA analysis have revealed the corpse as that of Oyumi Otomo. We are unable to propose a robust theory for our report. Frau's tachyons have been detected. Their atomic characteristics have been altered. Let's go with this one, man. And now we have an impact. Oh my word, this is freaking me out. Did it hit us? There it is, right there.
A drone swarm has been released from the Perenesi. The swarm aims to intercept the Tycoon.
I don't know what else we can do at this point. Is there even anything else that we can do? I just don't know that there is. Now, we do have the drone. We have... Hold on real quick, guys. We have the drone jammer. Whether or not that's going to be enough, I don't know. We need to dismantle this building. And then at the same time, we can build an algae farm. Now we are using up like all of our electronics very, very quickly. And we do just have wildfires in the sector, just causing crap tons of panic. A tech lab has been disabled. What is going on here? Building is damaged and needs repairs. Our whole integrity is not enough. Oh, it's because of the... Duh, it's because of the thing. The missile that hit. It's just causing damage everywhere.
Caution. Hull integrity below 50%.
I know it is. I know it is. The drone swarm is coming. And we are losing a massive amount. Are we not able to repair quickly enough? Okay, it's been stymied. Okay, it's been slightly stymied, but okay, and now we're increasing. Fantastic. We really need a daggum fire station. I wish we could build fire stations throughout the entirety of the thing. That's being rebuilt. Yeah, it really does just kill me that we can't have fire stations in every sector. Or that we have to have fire stations in every sector. That is a fire. And there's nothing I can do about it. And there's nothing here that we could do either. Oh. You don't have a repair. Who does have a repair and in what sectors? You have a repair, which you're working on. You have repair. Sector 6 should have repair as well. But of course, that's the one that's on fire. Sector 5 does not have repair. So let's go into space. Let's do an EVA airlock. That'll be 90. We have almost 90 in the sector already. Don't know why we're doing all the way there. If we can get that rolling, we can start fixing the repairs quickly enough. The wow, the swarm, drone swarm is already here.
The Perenesi is moving towards us.
No, it's not. So we do literally just need to keep moving, don't we? All right, that's what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, oh, that's a bad move. That's a bad move because we are starting to lose a massive amount because of what's going on. Oh my word, and there's nothing else over here. Leave scan view. This was important to... Oh no, that's just a candidate. There's a Dolo signal here. Let's go there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end it right here. It's not looking good, and in fact, I actually think I made a mistake, and there's an issue. I moved too soon without looking and thinking, and it could result in us dying. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Perenesi is absolutely terrifying. There is a slight chance that we will have to start over to a previous save point, so I'll let you know in the next episode if that happens. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed your time. This is Havoc, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Officially established amongst the stars.
Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station.
Administrator, trust in genetic predators. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.